Alexius here asks, 2 more today? Yes, there are 2 more matchups today. The next one is Theresa Brousson and Evans Clinchy. Jennifer asks, is it tiring to commentate so many games in a row? Not necessarily, actually. When they're really well played and you've got players that are dynamic and entertaining and such, I don't really have such an issue with it. I certainly am tired by the end of the day, but in the moment, not really. And I think that's similar to what I do for work, is like when I'm in a flight, especially a long one, I'm not so tired, but afterwards I get tired as well. This is similar. So Evans is playing Ew, Keeping Deaf. Colin says, Evans has got his massive guns out. Oh. And for that flex for the camera. Crabcat asks about the possibility of few or a we. Few I'm not so sure of, but a we is a possibility, certainly. Aditya asks Lurex in response. I mean, Lurex is certainly an appealing option as far as a word would go in general, but placement would be important. Lurex underneath U works. Few is about the same winning percent, about half a winning percent higher few over U. They're really close to the same. For static valuation, however, it's about looks like a 1 or 2 point difference between the two. Colin says after England, his next favorite team is rest of the world. Well, that's good.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
So Luxor is being played instead.
Is he challenged? Oh, wow. I mean, to be fair, I didn't think it was over either.
So
it's
there's
new,
the
eh?
challenge. That would be a few extra points.
Wow.
Luxor prevents things like Earth, says Aditya.
Evans is amused. That's good.
Natalie says she had forgotten Luxor was valid. Was it new with CSW 15?
Yeah, it must have been new.
I'm not sure, actually. Perhaps it is.
It's definitely new.
Aaron Vader says 5 point challenges are like candy. Yeah, in a way.
Oh, you get to press the button. I love pressing the 5 point challenge button.
Colin says that's not as bad as Nigel challenging Vaped against him at Torquay on stream. That's interesting.
Whoa.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. Crabcat2 mentions wondering if Theresa played because the challenge is more likely. I doubt it. I think it was really just a matter of her preferring the placement of the X and the R in those particular spots.
So I guess the choice here is between Ida and Fade. Oh, I guess you have a few choices of playing where you can play Ida as well. You can play it above decks or on the triple.
Which Ida are you preferential to? Because for me, that's really the choice here is between the two of those.
Yeah. I guess I'd be looking at where I don't know, they're the same.
So he's going to go for Ida in the top spot, and that seems to be what Quackle preferred at first glance as well.
Oh, right. Right, because that scores 3 more than the other placement of Ida. Yeah, definitely.
The other thing with Ida up there is he does hold an A already to play an AAL word to the left to the triple, so giving himself a chance on the next turn.
Yeah.
Evans, unfortunately, has given Zeta to Theresa on the next turn.
Fizz. Oh, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
So that one's going to hurt. The other suggestion was Zila and AAL, but I'm liking Azel.
Yeah.
It's very solid.
Azo is awesome. He sets up your own L.
Scoring that much and keeping Silo left over, I mean, it's not an awesome lead, but it is a balanced one.
Yeah. I mean, you could even just play Zoe. Well, I don't know about Zyla.
Perhaps she's concerned about the danger of a response from Evans with Azo leaving the triple letter score open. I think I'm usually averse to that kind of thing, but with this sort of position, I think Azo would have been fine.
Yeah.
Especially because he has an L, or she has an L, pardon me, so Lazo would have been available for her on the next turn.
Yeah. Is he holding Zyla? Oh no, Evans.
No, she has her tiles.
Oh, okay.
He's good.
Oh, good.
Aditya points out that if Lazo had been played, Life Care would have come down from Evans, which is a nice spot.
Good spotting.
Theresa 1 E short of tea rooms. Oh, she has a nice bingo.
Wow, yeah.
Very nice.
Did anybody see the...
In the chat?
Yeah.
Aditya's on a roll.
Aditya's on a roll.
Sato.
Lol.
Very good.
We might have to get a definition
I'm going to really assume that's a musical term.
We have some
let's see.
consternation about how to smell Smorzato in the chat.
Aaron Bader confirms it is a musical term.
I don't know why Evans broke up the board so much with face. He had some more constrained moves like EF. Even Feist seems a lot better because AER is much better than IER.
Nice spot, Theresa. Very nice spot.
Wow.
She's had fantastic plays on board one so far.
Absolutely.
And she's playing another amazing 8 with no
Amazing.
blanks.
Amazing.
Beautiful. Evan's giving a little bit of a sigh as he records that. He knows that's a word because he's studied all these kinds of things. It's a beautiful play. We like to see high quality games on board one. We like to see the fun words.
Yeah.
And actually, to be honest, the last 2 days, Theresa's had some of the best finds we've seen on board one.
Yeah, and it's getting the extra 5 points. I love it.
I'm going to gather that's more of a frustration challenge. I'm pretty sure Evans knows it's a word.
Well, I mean, it's Collins only, right?
It's definitely only Collins, but Evans only plays Collins now.
Okay.
Oh, that's what it is. Someone has pointed out that Royal Eyes is blocked with that, so that might be an indicator of why. Chris Hawkins says we need some more of Theresa on board one. Well, this is part of why we argued for her to be on board one. Was the way she played yesterday, and this is confirming really she's continuing to play fantastic Scrabble. We will definitely be considering that as far as her matchups tomorrow. We'll see what she's got, but yeah, some fantastic finds, great play. We will see what we can do. There's a lot of support for Theresa in the chat. I love me some Evans, one of my good friends on the West Coast. But I do have Adam Logan on Team Rest of the World as a Canadian, and Theresa's part of that team, so. Matthew Tunnicliffe says he's pretty proud to be on Team Rest of the World right now, or from Rest of the World. To answer her question, she's from Malta, Jennifer.
I'd love to get her after the game to talk us through things, including give us a lesson about Malta, because I would like to learn more about Malta.
Mm-hmm. Theresa actually, I believe, is part of the organizing team for the Malta Open.
Cool.
And then I believe the European Open has happened there before as well,
Cool.
back-to-back events. It's usually quite well attended by European players and even some North American ones. I know Chris Lipe has gone out of his way to attend a few times.
Cool.
John Chu usually goes there to provide coverage and annotation.
And pairings.
Mm-hmm. Chris Hawkins mentions that that Theresa, putting her in the shop window for female players too, that actually was one of the criteria. We do try to be as egalitarian as possible, and that was a factor considered as well, putting her on. But that aside, that's not even an issue here. Theresa's just playing fantastic Scrabble, and that's what we like to see. Evan, that's Evan without the S, Borowski. So Colin, we have to be careful here. Evans is here playing on board one, but it's Evan, singular, Borowski, that won Malta 2017.
Do you like Gutta here? Gutta and Facet?
Gutta and Facet, I think that's pretty straightforward.
It replaces one word with a lot of hooks with another word with a lot of hooks. There's other options too.
I think you gotta get rid of that G.
Gutta seems pretty far ahead.
In the chat it's mentioned Sforzato takes an S, but Smorzato does not. And truth be told, neither should take an S in my opinion if you're going with the pure musical terminology, because they're usually adjectives that are used to describe the way you're supposed to play a piece. So I would argue against having an S added. However, when looking, that's Sforzando, that's not even Sforzato.
Yeah.
Actually, wait. Sforzato. No, that is Sforzato. Similar. So it is adjectival form listed first, but noun form is on there as well. In both cases, the adjective form is sudden with sudden emphasis, and the noun is describing a sudden or a marked emphasis.
What's Smorzato instruction for?
Well, let's see. That's not one that I am used to seeing in music. Smorzato I had seen before, but...
I wonder if Smorzato is new?
Maybe. Smorzato. Past participle of smorzare. Let's check the definition. Muffled, damped, faint, toned down, dimmed, or dull. Interesting.
Smorzando is also a word.
And for me, when I had the damper pedal on the piano, they called it sostenuto, was the name of that middle pedal on the piano. So that's interesting. I've learned a different musical term today.
She's just gone with Ratu. She must have missed Gutta, although, yeah, I guess she missed Gutta. Ratu is definitely not as good as... Yeah, why didn't she just play Tattoo or Tot? I wonder if she has a reason to prefer AGT leave to AGR leave. AGR is better.
And on that same note, says Aditya, Sforzati is good, but Smorzati is not. And actually that makes sense as far as going with pure Italian plurals, because Sforzato, if it's a noun, then it would pluralize in Italian with an I, as opposed to just taking an S, which is an English bastardization as far as the plurals go. And with Smorzato just being an adjective, it would have no reason to change to the I.
These players' racks have become very similar.
Yes. Blank on each rack.
Good.
So Gautier is going down from Theresa Brousson.
And that was Evans.
Oh, was that Evans? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so Evans puts that down.
And yeah, she has double doubles.
She has points. Lots and lots of points. Toasting suggested as the play. Rotating, toasting, etc. Yeah, rotating works as well. There's lots of options.
Ooh, and then is Evans gonna bingo back?
Evans has, let's see what he's got. So B's LIS.
I guess not. Oh, Caesar. No, yeah, Caesable's gonna be blocked.
Colin asks, is Nigel similar to Tiger Woods as in he doesn't do as well in team events like Tiger in the Ryder Cup? Not that Nigel is doing badly. I think that's fair because historically New Zealand hasn't been victorious in these events because, a team, without sounding, tongue-in-cheek, a team requires all of the team to do well. And historically, Nigel's the standout member of that team, but you need everyone on the team to do well.
Yeah. So the answer is yes, he doesn't do as well in team events, but it's not his fault. Nigel always plays basically perfectly, and he'll lose plenty of times when he doesn't draw well, as we saw earlier today.
And he just says, if only Earths were good, because then Evans would have obelisks. Dave from Malta says, Theresa is the 11-time national champion in Malta. Yep, I would believe it. Chris Hawkins points out, if rest of the world wins this match, they go first for the first time. So yes, they would jump up.
Wow.
Bearcat mentions, is it possible to see individual standings somewhere? This has been a themed question throughout the day. The focus is actually on the team results and not on the individual standings. So if you go to the Alchemist Cup website, they will show a list of the top 5 players, I believe it is, individually, but otherwise the focus is on the team performance.
But at the bottom of that page, there's a link where you can see full placings.
Okay.
All 50 people.
Okay, Barry has just mentioned that if you go to the bottom of the page, there is now the ability to see a list of the full 50 players in the standings, so that has changed since the last time the question was asked. Thank you, Barry, for that.
Way to go, Barry. So Evans in a hole. He's down by 94.
That's what it is if you were one working for yourself.
Individual placings, full standings.
You click on that.
Okay.
Oops. Oh no, this isn't the touch screen.
Oh, you don't have that mixed tablet thing going on?
Yeah, I'll have another one.
Oh, is it just placings without the actual records? No, it's all there.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay.
Amazing.
Okay, so Barry's just demonstrated it for us on the left. So yes, I just saw them. It is all there. But yeah, it wasn't before. We have been listening to your feedback, however, and with this question being asked often enough, it has been added.
If there's any you want to comment on?
Well, let's just have a look now that Barry's showing us. Moses Peter is at the top of the individual standings list with 14 out of 17 wins. That is absurd. Ganesh has 13. Austin has 12. Adam Logan has 12.
Both in the rest of the world, yes.
Yes. Weibin is at 12. Dave Wiegand is at 11. There's 5 players at 11 as well. So Moses is ahead of everyone by 1. Ganesh, well, ahead of everyone by, except for Ganesh, by at least 2. Ganesh is the only person within 1 game of him. So yeah, individually Moses and Ganesh are clear of the field by 2 and 1 game respectively. Mm-hmm. And then Austin, Adam, and Weibin are all at 12 wins with different spreads.
It's awesome that Esther Parent and Lars Freeth have charged up to 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
And Nigel's moved up. He was way down earlier.
Yeah, Nigel is back up in 8th place now after being in the lower half of the field.
And Evans made the best play he could, according to Quackle Sim, just playing BE. Hopefully that works out. Wow, he has, oh my gosh, he has a bingo with 3 S's.
Sinless.
Awesome.
For those of you Catholics, Christians, or any other religious people out there, sinless is one of those words used to describe the good Lord himself. But in Scrabble,
he can play it with, oh, not anymore. Before he could have played the, oh no, he's gonna, God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Do you think she's gonna challenge it? Do you think she held it? Has she looked up?
she's paused.
Oh
Held.
my, whoa, she's so good at words. Wow. Wow. Well, can she block all of the sinless spots now? No, no way. Definitely not.
What does she have on her rack? I just saw it go face down. She played AIU and kept PUNI. So my immediate thought is up something, but A2s and ups would still play, so.
It's interesting. She had Puna's last turn for 29, but instead she went for I2 for 4. It's maybe not great. Ooh, poor Evans.
There was a mention of signless up for the G, so that's still there.
Signless. Interesting.
That's a word that Evans knows, certainly. Crabcat, ERFs does not work. It is herbs.
I don't think so. I think it just doesn't pluralize. Herbs isn't a word either.
Is it not, or urban?
Oh, it could be that.
There is a plural.
Oh, Irvin is a word. Huh, Irvin. What's an Irv?
I don't know. Reputing is going to take away the signless option, but he'll still have sinless available elsewhere on the board. Aditya, this is why punctuation is everything. My assumption when you said no signless was a response to us asking if all the spots for sinless was blocked. So, yes, punctuation matters. So erupting has been put down now instead of reputing. She's shuffling them around, but it looks like she's decided to go with reputing again. So there will still be somewhere to put sinless down, but at this point, Evans is facing a bit of an uphill battle. But I would say if it's any consolation, reputing was going to go down no matter what. So he'd still be in a tough spot, but not as tough.
Well, he could have played signless there to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she'd have rep unit underneath of I2 anyway, so she'd be bingoing either way.
Oh.
So Evans is opting for sinless underneath the A in I2. And Crabcat mentions that signless opens a bigger rep unit as well.
Do you think?
Dave from Malta says he got to within a move of beating Theresa in July. He played her 3 times and lost all 3. Theresa's a tough opponent. I won the last time I played her, but I certainly got lucky in that game. She's a very formidable opponent, so I felt very lucky to win the game we played. So Merck is going down from Theresa. What are your thoughts on that one?
Kero seems a bit better. Kero in the same spot, just to have better balance, but OID's not so bad because there's only one O left and one I left. So seems fine.
In the chat, indeed, the BW Rainbow asks, would Kero not have been better? Yep, so Quackle slightly prefers it. And Aditya Yengar mentions Koro up along reputing wouldn't be bad either. Yeah, that's fair. Evans plays Winged through the G in toasting.
Or was it against him that somebody opened with Swinged?
I believe it was, yes.
So maybe he would pronounce it winged.
Winged. I also know with some similar letters here. Oh look, Crabcat mentioned the exact same thing I was thinking in the chat.
Oh.
Fishing for Wenga would have been better. That's a famous phone that involved Evans back in the past.
Do you remember what he kept when he played Wind?
When he played which?
Winged.
He kept a B.
B, thank you.
And Jennifer Lee confirms, yes, Austin played Swinged against him.
Yeah, tomorrow we should have some really exciting games, especially with a bunch of women in the top of getting up there, and then the rest of the world will be really continue to deserve their appearances.
They are playing excellent Scrabble. Evans is playing Cheen very fast, wasting no time after Teresa's TO. Jennifer Lee says, I wonder if Evans will end up challenging his opponent's first play each time he's on the stream. He's 2 for 2.
Oh.
Dave from Malta mentions, we hold the MISO week of Scrabble here in Malta in early May, 50 ready games over 3 tournaments. Dave, I'm just guessing, is that the Malta International Scrabble Open Week? Is that what that stands for? I couldn't remember for sure, but that's my guess.
Whoa. She's has a cool option of stoved from the Essos S'mores Auto.
Stoved is pretty. Jennifer says, I'm pretty sure I've challenged Swinged before too. It's one of those ones that looks really funny. If you pronounce it as swinged as opposed to swinged, yeah, it does look very, very odd.
And the thing I like about this is whinging, you can also spell WHINGEING, which again looks
It
so
looks very
dumb.
strange.
Well, how many more are those like that? All the words ending in ING, EING.
Dave from Malta confirms that yes, in fact, it is the Malta International Scrabble Open. Thank you for confirming that. And Alistair Richards won the main event this year, he says. Very good. Terry Kang Rao says, having gone to the Malta International Scrabble Open the last 2 years, I can attest that it's an excellent tourney, gorgeous venue, weather, etc. Right. I mean, I've heard positive things in general about this event. I would love to go. at some point in time. It has looked excellent. I got too many tournaments on my list now. Not enough time, not enough money.
There are 195 words that end in E-I-N-G.
And one of them is twinging, says Jennifer Lee in the chat.
Yeah. Whoa, corroboree is a verb. Look.
I love hearing you get
Bori
excited.
came up earlier, and whenever it was on my study sheet, it would show the extension of Bori was corroboree, but I assumed it was a noun. It's a verb.
The things you learn. Oh, we have Helen Gibson in the chat.
Whoa.
Scrabble Pooh. I recognize that. She is Pooh, as in Winnie the Pooh, on ISC. I've seen her play there before, so there can be no one else using that name on a chat except for Helen Gibson. It is nice to see you. I have yet to really officially meet you, my dear, but we are happy to see you are playing again. You're an excellent player.
Whoa, grannying is a verb.
That's awesome.
Wait, this is us typing into the chat, because otherwise it's hard to describe the word. What's grannying?
Yesterday it was oh no, today it's whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, Helen, I have to say, when I was starting out with Collins and not officially switched over, I did watch a number of your games when you were the featured game on ISC, playing some of your opponents, and it was always fantastic. I learned so much watching you, so thank you for your role in having me eventually switch over to Collins as my first book.
Yeah.
We're happy to see her back.
We should have Helen Gibson be a guest commentator.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Scrabble Pooh, live on the commentary stream. Please join us. So Teresa's gone for vid.
What? Queering? Sorry, I'm so distracted by this.
You're falling behind, sir.
I know.
All right, so Theresa played vid on top of toasting, and Evans played dweeb, keeping FJV.
It's probably not the best play, but I like that he's playing quickly because he doesn't care. I approve.
Chris Hawkins says we were talking about Canadian spellings and pronunciations on stream earlier. Do you say dove, drug, etc., or dived, drugged? We say dove, but we say drugged. So I don't think we say dived. I don't want to speak for Canada certainly, but I say dove, and then without a question, drugged for the past tense there. Oh look, Cake mentions, can we get Jason saying "whoa" as a ringtone?
Maybe.
Jason, you should record that.
I don't know how to do that.
The chat mentions that they're liking seeing dweeb, saying David Webb is making an appearance on the stream.
Yeah. What, silaging is a word?
You're still looking at all
Why
the
is that a
ings.
word?
Tweedledeeing, that's awesome. What about Tweedledumming? There's Tweedledee and Tweedledum, right? So maybe Tweedledumming.
No. Sorry.
No Tweedledumming?
No.
Sad day.
Regrettable.
Chris Hawkins says, well, is there a Jason Katz-Brown whoa GIF out there? If we can't have an audio file, perhaps a GIF of you doing whoa. We should get that on Facebook. Add it to our favorites for the
Any
GIFs.
of the people out there can make these things.
There you have it. That is a challenge there out to all of you. Those of you who are technically challenged, or not technically challenged, technically savvy, you should do a screen grab of a moment that Jason says, whoa, or oh no, as Terry says, and put that into a GIF. Jennifer Lee says Evans is not even looking at the board anymore.
Whoa, apparently Teresa's best option here is Leno. Leno. Up above reputing.
Nick Ivanovsky says making the GIF is easy, by the way. All right, well, Nick, you can get right on that and do it for us.
I guess ideally I'd go Leno and then Jog and then...
She's playing, or Evans is playing Joy instead. Theresa played Klon on the bottom.
Yeah.
So Evans just plays Joy really fast on the top. And he's kept FGPB.
Yeah. Cool. Joy was his best play.
So a bit of an unfortunate go of things for Evans. Well played by Theresa. Very deserving of the win. And she's making a case for being featured on board one quite regularly with her last game here and her previous. So we'll make a note of that when talking to Michael about games tomorrow. See if we can find a particularly juicy matchup or two of hers and see if we can get them on.
Yeah, she's becoming a daily staple.
Mm-hmm. So with that round concluded, we have one game left in the day before we take our break here in Malaysia. And yes, Jennifer Lee, I would agree. Theresa was playing fantastic. It was a great play and certainly inspiring for any of us.
Should we go get her?
Yeah, see if we can grab her. We do have Theresa in studio to join us to talk about the game. Hello, it's been so long. Nice to see you. We have some very happy people watching that were loving the game. They loved your bonus play of Smorzato.
Yeah, that was
it was
nice.
beautiful.
Yes.
We've been happy the two games we've seen with you. Some nice 8s. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Before we ask you questions, I'm told to say tell Tess yay from me, and that's from Helen Gibson.
Oh, how sweet. Tell her hi. I want to see her in May.
So Theresa wants to see you in May, Helen. That's official right there.
She's got a bed at our house. When I challenged Sinless, of course, I challenged both Smorzatos and Sinless.
Yes.
So I think he might have been a bit doubtful on. I was hoping he wouldn't put it down on the next game.
It's a fair strategy, certainly. Yes.
How do you keep track of those words like Smorzato and Smorzato? How do you know which take S and which don't?
Do you know, I find those a lot. Somebody mentioned it yesterday. I mean, today I chickened out of laminate, and then I see these words instantly. So it's a very odd.
Like how did you remember that Smorzato does not take S?
I have an Italian background, so and I play squash, and the Smorzato is a drop shot. So
oh, really?
Oh,
yes.
nice.
And the plural of Smorzato is a Smorzati.
Yes.
So
look at that. In Scrabble, I don't think that actually works, though, right? I think it's just Smorzato. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what it means in Scrabble. I mean, I would imagine it's a drop shot. In Italian, it's a drop shot for sure.
No Smorzati, only Smorzato.
Yes, exactly. He hooked an S onto it. But what does it mean? Have you got the...
Oh, it was an adjective, and it was like a dimmed sort of sound or whatever, so
yes,
a musical
okay,
direction.
It's a musical term, yes. Okay.
So, I mean, it makes sense for a drop shot, because the ball is fading and really it's not moving anymore,
Yeah.
so that's cool.
Yeah.
Look at that, little
Yeah.
piece of trivia we've
and I'm a
learned
squash
about
player,
that.
of course, so
Yes.
Smorzato's, and I
How
coached
good are
in
you?
Italy, so I know the word well.
You've coached in Italy. Wow! Look at all this we're learning about Theresa. That's amazing.
Yes.
I also understand you work with dogs as well.
Yes, we have a dog charity, yes. I'm very proud of that, because we've saved 600 dogs.
600 dogs.
We've
Look at
rescued
that.
and helmed 600 dogs
Wow.
in 3 years.
Wow.
But I had to get back to Scrabble because it took over my life. The dogs were to the exclusion of family, friends, country, It was just,
So some balance.
So
you
I
get to enjoy
needed-
life a bit,
yeah.
and that's good.
it was necessary, yes.
So any other fun plays from your games today? Something memorable you remember?
No, it's been a very bad day. So
Oh, no.
I'm really glad that my one good game was visible, because the rest were disastrous.
So what you're saying is we need to have you on more often so you play better.
No, because then I'll ruin the illusion.
Oh no! But so far what we've seen from you has been amazing. So
Okay, well, good.
we'll see if we can get you on tomorrow. We're going to fight for it for sure.
I
So
shall have to try and play better, or well
All right.
enough.
Well, I would say it is.
One question: Did you,
Yes.
when you played Zilla, did you see the hook of the Z on
No,
there?
I completely forgot that.
Oh yeah, I did too. But then
I
Jesse pointed it
completely
out.
forgot that. But then, could I? Yeah, maybe I
It's
could
pretty.
have.
I mean, pretty similar. You could have played like
Yes.
Azo, but
I was
scores are similar,
tempted to
right?
play Azo there because I had the L,
Mm.
but I thought no, sorted go for the points, you know. And then did I have the hook to play onto the Z? I don't know, what was I carrying?
Well, Azo, and then you would have Lazo the next turn, right? If you just played those.
But if I had played the Z onto there, I'd have had to use my SOZ. Did I really want to waste my... I'd score similar points, or not? No, exactly. I would score 40 for 12, 42, 43 for 12, 5 for 6, 47, and as it was, I scored 46.
Yeah, the scores
Yeah,
were pretty much
scores
equal.
are
So, you know...
they were really close. It's not like one was
and you know,
clearly
somebody
over.
comes down with a Y, they're going to score 50 or 60 points there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see it, so I mean, I have no excuse. Just,
No, that's
you
great.
know.
That's great. You did
As it
great.
turns out, they were both like right next to each other as far as what the number said. So
Yeah.
Zila was perfectly fine. Scored
Yeah.
well. Worked out well for you.
And it worked out well, yes, because then
Yeah.
I played Smorzato, which
Yeah.
Yes, changed the game.
made him miss a turn, which was good for me. Anyway.
Amazing.
First time I played him. I've never played him before. So he's never played me before.
Two formidable opponents, and you are up
Yes.
1-0 in the series now. That's great.
Yes. Yesterday I played quite well, but I did make 2 fatal mistakes, and I lost 2 games because of my mistakes at the end. So
Oh no.
I have to improve on that aspect of the game, the end game.
Well, luckily there's lots of time to do that. We have 1 game left today, and then another couple of days of 10 matches.
Yeah, well, the main thing is, you know, it's good fun, and Michael's done a fantastic job, and you guys are brilliant, because I watched some of your commentaries yesterday. It's
Oh, awesome.
Very good.
Thank you. We
Keep it
appreciate
up.
the feedback.
Very good. And the coverage is excellent. It's really good.
We have
Very
a wonderful genius over here, Kumar, who's
Yes,
helping
very
with
good.
that.
And Aryan.
Yes.
Hi, I'm new.
I'm old. Okay.
Well, good luck in your last game.
Thank
Thanks
you very
so much
much.
for coming by.
Thank you.
Go
Thanks
get
a
'em.
lot. Bye-bye.